I'm gonna end trip. I'm gonna pinpoint the exact spot for the car wash, which is right here. 13.2.9 open 24/7 according to what it says right there in the map. I don't think that's true. And that should be enough for us to get the car on its own. Whoa. It really wants to go. Yeah, so there's a lot that has been going on. A lot. Robotaxi is here. Self-driving delivery. That is also here. And Jim Farley is in the news. And not in a good way for Tesla. And also, Tesla sales get caught up. Saw a negative piece by Forbes on how Tesla is just not selling well. And I think that's probably not just Tesla, but the entire car market. I have something rattling in the back. It is so annoying. Tesla isn't number one in Europe, or might be. It's probably not number one right now, but take a look at the yellow line and tell me that is a company that is doing bad. Because it's not. They're behind Volkswagen, but look at that darn trajectory. It's strong. Okay, it beats Ford, BMW, Audi, Skoda, Peugeot. It's just right there with Volkswagen, and it has a stronger trajectory. So the idea that they're not doing good, idea that selling 13,000 vehicles in China in a week is bad. It's a bit far-fetched. So I believe they can do better, and in China they can do better than that. But what other company is doing better than Tesla in China? Is it Ford, GM? All right, they don't even sell like double digits in cars there. So I mean, this idea that they're just not doing well, then who is? If they're not doing well, who is? Name the other company that does well in all markets. I mean, Tesla does well in America. They may be one or two. They do well in China, like one or two. And Europe, looks like two right now. What other company can rival that? And in terms of like companies with longevity, I mean, they're not that old of a company. I mean, we're talking about companies that they're competing with are like around for like many decades. And supposedly Tesla has imploded. I don't think so. I mean, I just don't think so. Anyhow, let's just get back to Jim Farley. Okay. Jim, this is what he says. When you have a brand like Ford, when there's new technology, you have to be careful. We really believe that LiDAR is mission critical. When asked to compare Waymo and Tesla systems, he asked which approach made more sense. To us, Waymo. Both Waymo and Tesla made a lot of progress on self-driving. I've had conversations with Elon Musk, but he stated that Ford considered LiDAR to be an important part of the picture, noting that the camera will be completely blinded. The LiDAR system will see exactly what's in front of you. Ford has said it plans to partner with self-driving technology company once the technology is further along. So Jim Farley is saying Waymo is the way, LiDAR. Or is he? Jim is He's a bright guy. I wouldn't take his word at face value. This could be nothing more than bargaining chips. Jim even recognizes that the major problems with legacy auto, and he's not the one to solve it. And he can even recognize that much. The thing is that Jim is also a businessman, and I think he's a fine businessman. So this could be nothing more than just pushing the right buttons on Elon. It's probably just gonna go, I'm scared about this turn. There's unprotected left, and there's like something in the lane, and we just ran over it. Interesting. Yeah, see, in unprotected, we turned into the middle. Sorry, I was just a bit concerned about that turn. But we did it okay. And so Jim is saying that Waymo is the way, maybe. Waymo is the way, maybe. And the thing is that he's probably a little bit over the head, and it probably doesn't matter to him, because he's just not a technical guy. He's just gonna watch the chips fall, and where they fall is where they fall, and he's gonna go that direction. I think that's what he's gonna do. And if the chips fall in favor of Elon, then he's gonna go that direction. He doesn't want to give anybody too much commitment, because his bargaining chips are gonna fall. And right now, it seems like Ford is far away from that. Having autonomous driving as part of their feature. Unfortunately, it's not happening for them anytime soon. And on that note, I want to talk about Tesla's delivery. This is a big one. This is a big one. World's first autonomous delivery of a vehicle. Straight from factory. Tesla released the full video. And I'm just gonna turn off the audio music. I mean, to me, this is kind of incredible. The car just goes. It just goes, and it goes for a long time. It drives for like 30 minutes, and it's doing mostly right turns. I've been paying attention, but it does do left turns as well. And I thought it was using like a context driver. No, it's just on its own. There is a car next to it filming it. There you go. Aside from that small picture-in-picture is like the inside cabin. There is nobody in the car at all. Right? There's nobody in the car, and no delivery. No, so I do believe there's probably a car nearby that can help stop for this type of rollout. But that is impressive. Self-delivery. Granted, it's only a one-time thing, and it went to like a random person. Random person was called up, and they bought a Model Y, and here you go, Model Y delivered to you. And while that delivery is impressive, there's some things to note. You're delivering a vehicle like this. There's no people involved. Like if the car crashes, there's less of a problem, because you only have to worry about the Tesla crashing into one. You don't have to worry about the people inside the vehicle, because there are no people in the vehicle. So it makes it, the liability aspect is more on the surrounding than of the car itself. And while this thing may look just like a basic drive, this could come in handy for training cars that are doing delivery. It could be handy for just training full self-driving robotaxis. And the fact that there is no person to keep it moving along, it's kind of impressive. And this is what our cars are capable of. Everybody that buys a Tesla right now, you're buying a car, and cars are typically liabilities, just like getting married. But in this case, it's like you're marrying to a person that's gonna help you. That might help you, yes. And maybe that liability becomes an asset. Maybe that liability starts making you money. Maybe that liability can be actually helpful. It can be helpful with the finances instead of being a complete leech. Cleaning this up for a bit. And I think this is kind of a huge deal. It is a very big deal. And related to that, guess what happened here? Waymo recently got into an accident. So much for not being when the car doesn't see, Waymo sensors, it doesn't look at items. It doesn't see in 2D. It sees in 3D, and sometimes Waymos crash. I've shown plenty of times on this video Waymos crashing, and here it is. It ran into a light pole in broad daylight. See, this technology, it has issues with smaller items like 2D vision. You can easily see a light pole. Okay? But 3D lasers it's not vision. They're lasers, and in 3D space, and because of how the lasers are pointed towards the light loss of the lasers, it's the I talk about this stupid light roll, and I cannot get the darn name right anytime. But that light roll is that once you spit the laser out, it loses a lot of the energy in 3D space, and this is what can happen. So this is like the new rollout, and it hit a light pole in broad daylight. It hit a light pole in broad daylight. Now, if that happened to Tesla, if any accident happened to Tesla during the Robotaxi rollout, it'd be nonstop news about the failure. But these things, they just happen during the rollouts. Right? It's going to a new area. I believe Waymo was going to Atlanta for a rollout in a new city, and this happens. So the idea that LiDAR cars, because of the lasers, they can't get hit. LiDAR cars, they do get into accidents, and they do get into accidents that they cause, not because other people run into them. There's other cars in China. You can see that they do get into accidents. Here's an older video of LiDAR systems by Huawei. And yeah, it hit those cones. And there you go. You see that? It was hitting, LiDAR systems, they're not perfect. They have their own issues.
Increment and neutral.
Oh crap, I could not get car wash mode on time. What the heck? I felt that I pressed it. Yeah, this is a pain in the butt. This car wash mode. Close mirrors. Now, the only thing that risks now is that my charging port might open due to this car wash. Who knows? But if you didn't notice, I had to turn off the wiper, roll up all the windows. I still have to roll up all the windows right now. What is going on? I'm not really sure. Okay, tunnel cover is closed. It's just a pain if you do this thing manually. But that car wash mode, because you just moved a little bit, it turned off on me. I could have swore I pressed the button. That just was not the case. And so the thing with Waymo, and why I'm a bit skeptical on them, is because, let me show you something. I live in an area where I'm just outside of the Waymo. I even have the Waymo app and account, and I'm approved to use Waymo. Ah, shoot, it's been so long that it's asking me to get my code. Okay, confirm. Look, you're outside of our service area. You're outside of our service area. And you have to get to like Inglewood. I don't even live like this part down. This Costco is not worth it. But that service area, it's been that way for like years. It doesn't expand much. And that's why I'm a bit skeptical on Waymo, because I've been outside and I don't see no expansion. Time to get driving, so I'm getting ready. Okay, I got push, tap the brake, hold drive, press the accelerator. So that's how you get out of the car wash. This thing is really funky if you're not used to it, and if you're in car wash mode, you go fast enough, everything will just unlock and you're out of car wash. So because of being out of the area, I'm not in this Waymo thing. You have to get into you have to get the app and then request that you get approved. Well, at the time at least. They just weren't approving everyone, so you had to get into their wait list, and I was on their wait list at one time, and that wait list would mean that I could use the service. After waiting long enough, I could use it, but turns out that the service just never expanded to this area. It goes from like Los Angeles proper to Santa Monica and to Inglewood. So that's basically the service area. And if you don't live in that area, then, it just doesn't go to you. You just never get one. And so because of that, it's not as useful as it thinks. And the way it expands, it is just doggone slow. And so a lot of people in Los Angeles, they probably have never even used a Waymo. I've only seen it because I got into the area, but I haven't actually got to use it because I have to drive to get into the area. That was just not a good turn. We turned and we followed this car. What the heck, Tesla? That wasn't... There was a car behind us. I mean, they weren't close to us, but eventually they got behind us. You can see that truck. Anyhow, that's all I got for this video. You know, the Robotaxi rollout had issues. There was one stop. The Waymo rollout had, quite frankly, bigger issues than the Robotaxi. There's an actual crash, and maybe people didn't even notice that the Waymo was doing a rollout as well. However, I do think both services will overcome their issues, and I'm still not sure if Waymo is going to roll out beyond these small little niche areas. But I am having hope in Tesla. A 30-minute drive is it's kind of significant. 30 minutes to get the car delivered. That means that this tech is going to go more places, I believe, than it is going to be Waymo. It's going to expand further, a lot further and faster. Anyhow, that's all I got for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like, subscribe, share. See you in the next one. Take care.